This is your girl, Bernicia. For you guys that are new here, please go ahead and join the family. Hit the subscribe button, okay? So, I want to go ahead and do part 3 of the Baddies Caribbean reunion episode clip, okay? I will try to get through this recap and make it as quick as possible. I don't want to drag it on, but I'll start off by saying that you guys, this one is definitely the best part of the whole reunion, okay? Everything went pretty much to shit, okay? So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so I want to talk about Biggie, okay? Because when we left off from part 2, J.O., Heaven, Big Kiva, and Wenderley, the replacements were brought out on the stage, okay? So almost immediately, J.O. goes over to Biggie and steals the shit out of her, okay? Now, everybody was looking like, whoa, what the fuck? But J.O. wasn't playing. J.O. stole Biggie. Biggie didn't do absolutely fucking nothing. And then she walked past Meatball, say, oh, you ain't cutting shit. Meatball was already backing up anyway. She was like, you ain't cutting shit today, huh? And then she walked over to Anna, but Anna jumped back and said, oh, bitch, you not finna steal me. And so J.O. politely told her, bitch, no, Nunu got you, okay? J.O. was fired the fuck up. I'm telling you, she was fired up. All right? So, anywho, Biggie, this is the thing that got me, right? And I'm glad that Saucy Santana kept calling her ass out. Like, bitch, you talk a lot, but you don't want to come over here and get your fade. So, Saucy called Biggie out. Saucy was like, okay, well, J.O. want her fade. Like, is you going to come give it to her or not? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not going to fight, then let's just dead it right here. Biggie runs out to the crowd, starts popping her shit, talking about how she's not for to give anybody a clout, she's not for to give them a moment, talking about how she makes more money on the show than any replacements, this, that, and the third. But bitch, we don't care. And that moment that you're seeing that you're not trying to give J.O., you don't give her the moment and then some. You don't make that bitch memorable, okay? Because the way that you ran off that motherfucking stage and kept yelling, I'm not gonna give you clout, all the while drawing more attention to J.O., didn't make no motherfucking sense, okay? And here's another thing. Why the fuck is Biggie getting paid more than replacements? Because the replacements came on this season and did what the fuck they had to do. Biggie ain't do nothing but sit up there, complain, bitch, and moan. And when the motherfucker confronted her, she didn't never, ever wanted to fade. So what the fuck did Biggie give to the season besides bullshit? But child, that's neither here nor there. So then, Rolly and Tommy get to fighting, okay? And basically, what happened was, for some reason, Tommy ended up getting into it with the security. She was cutting the fuck up. I mean, she was, I don't know. That bitch say that she ain't sober. I mean, she ain't on drugs, but the bitch damn sure can't be sober. If she's not sober, then she's definitely suffers from mental illnesses, okay? Because ain't no way in the hell her behavior is normal. That's not normal behavior. So, bitch, if you wasn't intoxicated on drugs, liquor, or whatever, then bitch, you got a mental illness and you need to do something about it, okay? She too fucking grown and old, damn near 40 over there cutting up the way she was. But anyway, she's over there fighting, going off on the securities. Bobby, I don't know who started it because for some reason Bobby kept bringing his ass in her face. I don't know what's that about. Why he kept doing that, I don't know. But anyway, Rolly see Tommy over there fighting with the security, so she goes over there and snatches Tommy fucking wig off, and then them two kind of square up, and I wouldn't call it a fight, but what I would call it is Tommy don't want that pressure from Rolly, okay? So anywho, they managed to get Tommy backstage, right? And like I said, here's the crazy part with Bobby. Here he go again, running to Tommy's rescue, trying to bring her wig and her purse, right? And so she fires off on him yet again, and then he fucked around and told her she was a dirty demonic bitch or something along those lines. Why he said that bitch fucked around and said, but You forgetting that you told me that you got such and such. Who you came crying to when you found out you had such and such. Basically putting it out there that Bobby told her in confidence that he had the Magic Johnson package, okay? I feel like, for one, Zeus is messy because they could have edited that out. I mean, I don't know nothing about this man's status. I've heard some rumors in the streets, so I don't know how true it is. But for her to put that out there in a moment of anger, something that serious, you are less than a human being, okay? Because something like that, that's deep. That's low. That's low. That's low. That's down there. We're talking about people, kids, and dead loved ones. That's low. And for two, like I said, Tommy just is fucked up for saying that, okay? Yeah, you can't tell a bitch shit. You really can't. Like, with a friend like that, who needs a fucking enemy? Like, one of the girls that was with Tommy, I don't know who that was standing next to her, but she was basically like, Bobby was being messy. Now, I did say that myself. Like, he stayed his ass in Tommy's face, but I don't think that he was trying to annoy her. I think he kept trying to make the situation better, but once he seen that she was aggravated with him or pissed off with him, whatever the case was, like I said, he should have left her alone from the jump. So really, to be honest, at this point, she fired off and he started bringing his ass in her face. What did he expect? Okay, Bobby need to pick his friends better. And also, if I was those security guards and Bobby, I would have called the police on that hoe. So, child, moving on. Janisha wanted to dig in more into what had taken place between J.O. and Biggie. She wanted to know, like, what was the beef between them two, right? So J.O. go off and talk about, really everything that she was saying was issues that happened with the other girls.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Shut when you think about it.
Like, J.O. just feels cheated. You know what I'm saying? The way that she left the show was crazy. Like, they allowed Meatball to stay on the show after threatening to cut J.O. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying? She got sent home and it wasn't fair. So I feel like J.O. wants to kind of, her anger is kind of compensating for the fact that she left early. The same thing with Wendelay, but we'll get to her. So anyway, they finally bring out Dia, and God knows I had them damn near forgot about Dia ass. So they bring out Dia, and as soon as Dia come out, her and Heaven start fighting. Now, I really don't know what the beef is between Dia and Heaven. Yeah, I really don't. I can't tell y'all what the beef is between them two. Apparently, it was some shit that Dia was saying on social media. She also did a diss track, and I think with the diss track, she was probably talking about all of the replacements. I'm not really sure, but I know that Dia had a beef with Nunu or whatever. So, anywho, Dia and Heaven fought. They fought twice, and I'm not gonna lie, Heaven whooped Dia ass. Like, she whooped her ass by a landslide. Okay, and so Saucy is so fucking stupid. Saucy gonna tell myself, oh, she whooped Delilah ass. He called Dia Delilah. Tell myself she whooped Delilah ass. That shit was crazy. It was crazy. But I felt bad for Dia because it's like right after she fought Heaven, J.O. come up and steal the shit out of her. I was just like, what the fuck? J.O., where you come from? Like, J.O. come, stole the shit out of Dia, and then Wendelay came from the side and hit Dia. Now, Wendelay is another one that I damn near forgot about, okay? She left. She was one of the girls that was, when they brought the replacements in the house, she was one of the girls that was sent home. So her and Heaven was sent home, right? And don't get me wrong, like when they picked the girls that they wanted in the house, I was confused too, because I felt like aesthetically Heaven and Wendelay were the better looking girls, and I felt like Heaven gave a lot of personality. Now Wendelay didn't really say much, she wasn't really doing too much, but at the same time it was a lot going on, and I don't think she was given a fair shot either. However, her coming in and stealing Dia like that shit was corny as fuck, and I just know the bitch was trying to make a moment for herself, and it just made her look worse than invisible. Okay, bitch, at this point, I would rather be invisible than look terrible, like how she looked. Okay, Everybody talking about some who the one in the pink wig. That was that bitch in the pink wig, in case y'all was wondering. All right. So, anywho, they finally bring out E.T. So when they bring out E.T. snatches off her door wig and straight get the business. Like, she straight, like, snatched off her wig and her lashes. She ready to fight. So she comes out onto the stage floor. And, like, as soon as she come out, the security guards already know she running for Rolly. So she did some type of fucking football move and shot past the security guards. And Rolly must have already been ready, because
I did what the fuck I had to do. I beat on this little bitch head like a drum.
Rolly had threw some water on the floor. So when that bitch ran over there, E.T. slipped and Rolly was on top of her. Wham, wham, wham. Now, here's the thing. They did manage to get a little bit of dialogue. E.T. kept trying to fight Rolly, but the security guards wouldn't let her get to Rolly. She did manage to get close enough at one point, but Rolly thumped the shit out of her ass. So it was just like Rolly said, E.T. was making herself look real stupid. I felt like E.T. was fighting out of her feelings. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she one of them people that when you hurt their feelings, they go above and beyond. Like, there's no limit to what they'll do to get back somebody who done did something to them. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like her beef between her and Rolly, I feel like she cares. That's the reason why she's so upset, because she actually care about how they fell out in their relationship. Okay? Now, with that being said, I know that Rolly cares too. Rolly said as much. Rolly said, I'm not for to keep fighting somebody that I love. You know what I'm saying? She admitted that she loved E.T., that she still, has feelings for her as a friend. You know what I'm saying? But E.T. really wasn't hearing it, because at that point, like she said, you trying to talk after we don't already started fighting. Like, there's no coming back. Now, bitch, we fighting. Now I want to fight. We can talk later. At this point, it was cringy watching them fight. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I think that they really care for each other, but how everything blew up, I at this point, I just don't feel like there's no more coming back from it. Okay, Rolly already don't establish the fact that she feel like she's above E.T. She don't already say how she really feel about E.T. as far as E.T. being broke, never gonna go nowhere and stuff like that. You say stuff like that about somebody, especially somebody that you used to be friends with, shit like that could really sting. So I don't really know if there's any coming back from it. And I know E.T. did some things to Rolly, but I'm not really sure if E.T. is going to ever forgive Rolly for saying some of the things she said, because Rolly said some foul ass shit. I ain't gonna lie. But E.T. did some foul shit as well. So ultimately, if y'all not going to be friends, that's that. But to keep fighting constantly, it's ridiculous, and it does make a bitch look stupid. Okay, I ain't got time to be fighting a bitch every time I see you. Like, we gonna they need to figure out a way to deal with this shit, or that's that. So they brought everybody else out to have the final thoughts. Okay, everybody that is, except for I think Bianca. Bianca was the only one that didn't return to the stage. Hell, even Mariah came back out. She came back out looking like a rag doll, but she came back out. Okay, and so everybody trying to have their little final thoughts or whatever. They make it up to Jayla, right? Jayla started going off again about how, she's cool with everybody, but she don't fuck with Callie and Gretch, and every time she see them, it's gonna be up. And she wanted to go on this whole little tangent, but ain't nobody really wanted to hear
Shut when you think about it.
That shit. I think at this point, Jayla, you might as well take your ass whoopings gracefully and and just keep it pushing like everybody else did, child. At this point, I mean, she sit up there with her face scratched up, looking the busted mess. It was the face scratches for me. Oh, Jesus. And then, so, in the middle of Sapphire, because they got to Sapphire was trying to get her final thoughts. And then Tinkerbella started going off about Meatball all over again. And so she get mad and throws a water bottle at Meatball. Meatball throws a chair, and them two start trying to fight again. And at this point, I'm so sick and tired of Tinkerbella and Meatball in this whole fighting situation. I just feel like, Tinkerbella's still high. I don't think she feel like she whooped Meatball ass good enough. You know how a bitch have a fight and they don't feel like they came out on top on the fight, so they want to keep on fighting. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she got a good one in with Meatball, but really at this point, it ain't about who can whoop who. It's like the whole situation with them two is just sad. You know what I'm saying? Because they was actual friends before the show. And so to see somebody have a relationship before reality TV, the relationship dissipates. You know what I'm saying? That's a sad situation. But either way, I'm tired of seeing them two fighting. And I'm also tired of seeing Rolly and E.T. go at it. Like at this point, both of y'all hoes just need to go y'all separate ways. Because once Tinka and Meatball started fighting, E.T. ran up on Rolly again. And like I said, she just made herself look silly. I mean, there was no talking to be had. At this point, it's just pointless, okay? And so my final thoughts for the whole shindig is, I feel like as far as Saucy is concerned, Saucy was a great host, okay? He was a great host because, for one, he watched the show. You can tell that he watched the show. He knew the tea. He was asking the right questions. He was stirring up shit. He was very much involved. Now, with that being said, to me, his flaws was the fact that he was obviously biased. You know what I'm saying? He had certain girls he liked it more than others, but I think he made it too obvious that he had his picks, okay? I feel like as a host, he should have been a little bit more neutral or concealed his bias a little better. But I mean, to be honest, like he didn't do shit that us, the audience, didn't do, as far as like calling out certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And like the audience, we had our picks on people that we like too. So really, I can't really knock him for that too much. You know what I'm saying? He certainly did way better than Nene and Janisha. So that's that. But yeah, child, this reunion is it has been a ride, and it most definitely by far is the best reunion that the Baddies has had. Okay, so we know that they're filming Baddies Midwest, and I hear the rumors is that they're supposed to drop the first episode on November 3rd, and I'm really looking forward to that. Like, hell, I hear it's a lot of shit going on, you know what I'm saying, on the Baddies Midwest. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about everything that went down with the reunion. Jump into the comment section, pop your shit.